morning, Houston, Texas. It's the Rule and Ryan Show. The whole gang is here. Rule and Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. It's 6:01 a.m. Tuesday, June the 11th, 2024. Hey, I'm just letting everybody know.
We're all here.
And we are just days away from Father's Day. Epic fail on my part.
Feel the hype? Whoa!
Yeah, Father's Day.
How did you fail?
This is part.
That's my dad right there, baby. I love it. Even though I don't have him with me, I get to still hear his voice. I failed because I bought my husband a gift, and it was on Amazon. And it shows up yesterday, I unwrap it, and I have it on the kitchen island, and I was busy doing other things, and he walks in, and we're sitting there talking, and I look at him like he doesn't. I don't think he's realized what it was yet. So it's so obvious, though, y'all. It's like as if Eric is sitting right next to me visually, and let's say this is the thing, right? And I'm just talking to him, and I just go,
Whoops.
and then he's like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you making that face?" I go,
So he didn't pick up on it.
and then he goes, "Is that my gift that you left in the Amazon cart?"
Oh, no. Did he see what
He's
it
like,
was?
"You don't know how to hide gifts on Amazon?" I go, "No, I don't know how to hide gifts on Amazon. You can hide gifts on Amazon on the list."
Let me ask
I
you
didn't know that
something.
was a thing.
Do you
I have
have...
separate Amazon.
That's what I
No,
was going to ask.
we have the same.
You have a joint Amazon account.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
use the
then
one he
all-
opened.
He can tell exactly what you're ordering. You just go to My Orders and it shows
If he doesn't
everything.
look, if he doesn't
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
I think
but-
we have separate ones.
no, mine is.
I can't see. Like
with
when I
his.
order mine is my stuff.
So I'm just gonna pretend like he didn't see it, and we're just gonna talk about it.
I gotta
after
figure out
I
how
give
to.
it to him.
Amazon has commercials on my thing. I gotta pay extra, I guess.
What? You're getting
I
on
think,
Amazon Prime, you're
my
getting
daughter
commercials?
said
For
she
your
was watching the
TV.
middle or something. She was in the middle. And she's like, there's these dumb commercials. I'm like, what? I'm paying.
Oh, you're talking about
never
Prime
gotten
when you're watching TV shows.
Yeah,
I
Amazon
thought
Prime.
I'm still in the brain space
Yeah.
of you're
But for
buying
Amazon
things.
Prime, though, I'm just like, what? No,
Well, that's a little trick that
I
they
gotta
all
figure
do.
that out, how to add $2 a month or whatever.
They start adding these little things. Like a lot of these streaming platforms, they come up with a new tier. You know, it's like, oh, it's Prime Plus.
I guarantee
or this
in
Plus.
3 years from now, they're going to all bond together and they're going to all make one
Like
big
cable TV?
Cable. Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn to cable again.
One streaming thing.
Well, if you haven't gotten you're the dad in your life a present yet, whether it's your dad or your husband or
I got
your
time.
brother is a dad or there's an uncle very close to you that's like a dad, it's all the dads. And, you know, of course, we acknowledge the people who lost their dads and can still celebrate them in spirit like I do and Ryan does and Eric does. But, you know, hey, you guys are dads. Happy Father's Day to you guys coming up.
Why, thank you.
Early Father's Day.
Happy.
That will
early
probably
Father's
be
Day.
the one of two Happy Father's Days I get the entire time.
I mean,
I think last year I got a text.
as long
Hey,
as
Happy
you're,
Father's
as long as
Day.
from your daughter, that's all.
Yeah,
that's all
that's all that matters.
right?
I think I got like a text at like 9:30 at night. It's like, well, somebody just remembered it was Father's Day.
I got that for my birthday like 3 years ago for my son, like at 10:30.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is funny because his mom has the same birthday, so
And
it's
he's
not
with
like
his mom all day.
Oh my god.
That's so awkward.
That's
That is
I can
awkward,
usually
Eric.
I can usually figure out too. It's like, oh, they were tagged on social media. They must have just seen it.
his birthday's coming up in a few weeks. I said, "Do you want cash or do you want a present?" He's like, "Oh, that's fine, whatever." I go, "Great, okay. Well, I found these awesome golf clubs for you." He's like, "Okay, I'll take cash." I just wanted to see 'cause I know he needs.
yeah.
I know he needs money,
Right.
but he didn't want to be. He don't want to seem like, greedy by saying cash.
and that's
I
good.
respect that.
It's good that he's like that.
He's like, how much can I sell those golf clubs for, Dad?
Yeah.
It's just one extra
I
step
know
to
he
get
doesn't
the
play
money.
golf, so I guess I could have just wrapped up. I have two sets of golf clubs. Or sets.
Has he ever golfed?
No,
No. Okay.
I would
So
never
why
give it
would-
to him.
I was going to say.
I just
why
made
would
that
you
up
give
because I know that he
Oh.
would. I wish he did. We could do that together.
Yeah. Well, you can take Mark. He's trying to get it.
I was going to
together.
try and play golf.
I think so.
I just
We went to Levy Park yesterday, which is like off of Richmond. It's a splash pad for kids, but they have a dog park. They have this little like
It's really
putt-putt.
cute.
Yeah, this putt-putt place, and they have this place with frozen margaritas. So
Where's it
Really?
located?
Levy
off of
Farm?
Richmond.
Richmond and what?
Oh,
like Greenway Plaza area.
Yeah.
Is it really?
okay.
Like
Yeah.
where Velvet Melvin used to be area.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Between them and my house.
Yeah, like
Oh,
where we go
okay.
to like El Tiempo and BB Lemon or BB Crawfish.
Yeah,
What's that
BBs.
called?
BBs.
Yeah, crawfish.
BBs.
It's like
BBs.
Like
off
with this
that
nice, really
road.
nice building there, and it's behind it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
So we went
and
there for a title company.
Super fun though, but there was like little putt-putt. So Mark's like trying to putt-putt, and he's like, if I make this, you got to pay for dinner. And he didn't make it. It was funny.
That's really cool because
Now you got to pay.
you
Also,
usually
it's our
don't
money,
get
but-
those kind of places in a place where the real estate value is so high.
Oh, yeah,
That's
they-
why normally if you
really
ever go to
cute.
one of these like, adventure type places where they've got putt-putt and go-karts, it's usually not in the greatest area of town
I still
because
haven't done
they
them.
look for cheap real estate.
There's a Holy Moly by my house. Ahmad and Irvin, they went to it Saturday night.
Is that
Like,
next to the movie theater?
Yeah, they said it was nice.
Putt-putt is one
They said
thing.
weekends though it's tough because it's so crowded.
But when you took us to that, was it 9 holes on a real course?
Oh yeah, part three.
That was
Where was that
a
at?
little tougher.
Where was that one at? That was over by your place, wasn't it? Ryan?
Was that over by Willowbrook?
Yeah, that's.
I
what
think
it was.
that's where it was.
Is there Hooters over there?
9-hole golf course.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's like a
cool.
part
It was
3.
close to that. I think it was over closer to
To look into
Champions.
that.
I have a question about putt-putt. You know, I told you I went in Galveston on the seawall to putt-putt with my kids, and there's 5 of us. So, you just all watch because it's fun to see who's going to get it and how many, moves, right?
Strokes.
Strokes. Now, because there's 5 of us, if there's people behind you, are you courteously supposed to move on to the next one when you're done with your turn and not finish watching your group play because you don't want the next group to wait for 5 turns?
No, I mean you because they got to wait for your 5.
They got to wait
for
no
your
matter
group anyway,
what.
so you might as well stay there and enjoy it,
Yeah.
everybody, and watch
Enjoy
them.
each other's company.
I hate when you get crunched.
Yeah,
And
that's
people-
what I
When
felt
they're like, come on, hurry up.
Yeah,
And
my
I'm
husband
that's
was
not
like,
how it's
come on,
supposed to be
hurry up,
played."
guys, because the next people are coming right up behind us. And
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Play
well,
through. Play through.
Yeah, that's what I would've
I would
told
do
them.
with the old men on the golf course.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just step off to the side and
Like
allow
you.
them to play your
The
hole,
problem is that place
and then you
and-
go on after.
The place she's playing
Really?
in Galveston.
Yeah,
it's
that's
really-
normal. Like
it's
if
really
you feel
crowded.
pressure or something.
yeah, it's crowded, but I mean, it
So, like,
wasn't
You're screwed no matter what.
right.
See, and that's shame on the people that are running it. You shouldn't have them that close back to back like that.
I mean, just putt.
But
Well,
Yeah.
if
You-
there's
They were
a
just-
2 compared to 5, it's going to take some time.
There's like a.
Well, it was
dumpy-
3
dumpy-
behind us.
Yeah.
You said golf, the race course behind it. Like you go down a street
Okay.
on the seawall, and there's like you can race go karts, and there's like all kinds of little games and stuff.
I saw the batting cages right behind the putt-putt.
Oh, that one too, yeah.
But I didn't see
some
a
stuff back
go-kart
there. I'm like, I
racing.
don't know if this stuff.
It's what
It
backwoods.
can't all be on the seawall. There's only so much real estate.
I did the go karts, but I'm like, this place is kind of.
So you did the go-karts there?
Yeah,
The go-karts?
It's just
It was fun?
inside. I was like, oh, this place. Whew.
Well, it's probably been around for a long
It
time.
feels like it's from the 70s. Like you're watching movies. Like,
Some of
That's
those are
fun.
fun.
Well,
There's-
they've been there
there's-
since then.
There's a go-kart place off of 249. Like if you're taking the Beltway and the Beltway from here, KRBE, and you head north on the Beltway and you exit 249 and I believe it's 249 South. And it's really retro. Like you go in, I mean, they've got the fast go-karts. They go like 40 miles an hour.
man.
But when you go inside, they've got all the retro stand-up arcade games. It's really fun. It's like stepping into a time capsule from the 80s.
I just feel like Galveston, they don't have the space, obviously, but like when I went to Branson, Missouri, they had the best putt-putts and the best go-karts.
So now you know why people go there for
Yeah,
vacation.
for those things, for kids.
Although, I
mean,
think-
we're talking like double layers outside in the woods,
cool.
and it's
Like a real dinosaur mouth.
yeah.
I feel like we have all been to Galveston enough, even if you haven't been there in 3 years. This is what has not changed. There are giant plots of land on the seawall for sale that are just grass, and it's massive. And it's like you'll be driving, there's retail, and then giant space for sale. And then there's like, high-rise condo, giant space for sale. I'm like, who is going to be brave enough to blow their money and put something fabulous there? Because it's been like that for years.
Well, that's
for
why it's
years.
vacant, because they know that every so often we're going to get a storm that's going to take them down.
Maybe insurance is expensive.
I would
Or
guess
you
so.
can't even
Yes.
get insured in some places.
Yeah, and if you're a huge corporation,
But
they're going
wouldn't
to
the
look at
city
the pros
give
and
you
cons.
kind of discretion on that kind of stuff because they want the industry
Maybe tax
to
breaks,
come?
but I don't know if
Yeah.
insurance ain't gonna.
Yeah,
They don't give a crap.
They can't control your insurance.
I don't know. I know it's not the phrasing in Galveston is not, or even Houston. It's not if, it's when, right? Even for us
true.
here with these crazy storms we get, it's not if your power's going to go out. It's when your power's going to
Hey,
go out.
speaking of Galveston,
I
did
just
you
don't
see?
think that should try harder.
Yeah, did you see that they're taking tons of oyster shells? Literally tons. The oyster population's been declining, they say, for more than a decade, and
Thanks, Rula.
they've had a
That's
60%
so
reduction
good.
in oyster habitat. So the
happily
Galveston
eat them.
Bay Foundation has been working with 30 restaurants around Houston to collect all their used oyster shells. So then they take the roughly 200 tons of these shells that they collect, and they bring them to Galveston.
And do what with them?
Well, the shells are cured under the sun, and they put them in piles for 6 months to ensure they're rid of any bacteria or pathogens.
But what happens? The little
Use
thing
them for
crawls
asphalt?
into it. I'm confused.
Yeah, no.
It becomes an oyster again.
No.
They're building reefs with them.
Oh, okay. I thought
Oh, yeah.
because you said
That's
we
what
have
I'm
a
saying.
You missed that line.
No.
I
they're
thought we have a
building
shortage
reefs.
of oysters.
No.
I was like,
no,
oh,
but
we can
the
reuse
reefs,
it. They grow back like
the reefs have been damaged because of all the storms.
At True Lux, they always get those stone crab.
Yeah, the stone crab claws.
When they catch them, they
They
only
fly
take
them
one
in.
of the claws off. Because
Oh, really?
The other one
Can
can
grow
grow
again.
back.
Wow, I didn't
Regenerates.
know that.
And the one at True Lux, I know
So
they
don't
fly
have
them
guilt
in.
eating them.
Yeah, and
feel good eating that.
on Mondays, it used to be all you can eat. I
Yeah.
don't know if they still do that or not, but
Somebody
You
texted
like
us at
stone
3753.
crab?
Until they're gone out of the
Sounds so
Gulf.
good.
Eat them all.
they get them from Florida. They fly them up.
So what you're saying is we need to get some stem cells from the snow crab, and then if we cut off an arm, we
Stone
can grow
crab.
a new one.
Oh, they call it a claw?
I grew a claw. Hey, I take a claw over nothing.
Yeah, like those old people with that claw, that little grabber.
Oh yeah.
It's not just old people. People who need to reach things in the far back might have
Sorry,
it.
Kevin.
Eric.
Short people.
Sorry.
First, I want to remind you, 6 o'clockers, that if you stick around for 8 o'clock, we're doing Try It Tuesday. You know, Bridgerton is supposed to be coming back in 2 days for part 2 of season 3. And we've been talking about, getting to the vibes of Bridgerton. And Williams Sonoma Town and Country over here off the Beltway sells Bridgerton lemonade, Kevin.
Bridgerton
I would like a
lemonade.
lemonade. You're very parched, my lord. My lord, I'm very parched. Oh, my lady, may I get you some lemonade?
Let me take a
present
guess.
thyself.
It's water, lemons, and sugar.
No, they put some different, stuff in it. There's 2 different kinds of Bridgerton lemonade. I purchased them yesterday. They also have a Bridgerton book. Kevin, you actually might enjoy this book.
I ain't renamed about
No, it's the guide to entertaining. It's like all these foods
my God.
and all these things. Like you do afternoon tea, how to properly make an afternoon English tea.
I'm surprised
Dinner
more
at the
shows don't
Featherington
do that.
Ball.
We're having wild bowl
Yeah.
with side of draft.
There's delicious peach and bourbon smash recipe you can make.
Ooh.
There's some nice cocktails in here. So
It's
anyway.
actually a great idea. Like I said, I can't believe
you.
more TV shows don't do this, where they capitalize on their popularity and put a line of products out immediately.
They did this years ago. Like even Friends had a calendar and a book, like random stuff from the coffee house you could make, or like they sold like Central Perk brew
That's
of
fun.
coffee and stuff.
Like, what do you think are some of the hottest shows right now that could actually pull that off?
Oh, I have a Patty's shirt from Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, you
because
can
that's,
wear that shirt.
that's their bar.
Okay.
See, that's
You just
fun.
had an Ew David shirt on yesterday.
That's
David.
right. From
Oh yeah, Skits Creek actually does have a Tropicana Cafe. Like Cafe Tropicana, that's where
Yes, yeah.
Twyla works. I saw something like that. I want to say, was it a cookbook or something I saw online? But yes, definitely show related. All right.
Bridgerton stuff today.
The Bridgerton stuff at 8 o'clock,
Okay.
and also a very unique take on candy bars. We'll have to explain at 8 o'clock. All right, so we talked about the Baldwins getting their own reality show last week, as Alec Baldwin and his wife and 7 children will be featured in a reality show. The next celebrity to get her own reality show is
Who?
Denise Richards.
Oh.
I almost had a brain fart. I'm looking at her.
Denise
I'm like,
Richards.
Denise Richards and her family are going to get a reality show. Remember, their daughter grew up and she's on OnlyFans. She makes all this money.
Oh.
Wasn't she on
Charlie
Real
Sheen's
Housewives?
daughters. She was on
She was,
Real
yeah.
Housewives.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I thought I heard.
And that was back in 2008 to 2009. No, I'm sorry. First, she had Denise Richards. It's Complicated. That was 2008 to 2009. Then she was on 2 seasons of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2019 and 2020. She said, "My family and I are thrilled to return home to E. Sammy and Lola were just 3 and 4 years old when we first shared our story, and now we've come full circle."
Does anybody even care about
I'm
them
sure
anymore?
somebody's going to care about them. That's why they just filled
Didn't
the
she play
space.
a rocket scientist in a James Bond movie?
I don't know.
Remember her last name?
Oh, you're
Her
right.
last name was Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Christmas Jones.
Which one?
It was.
It was the Pierce Brosnan
Pierce
James
Brosnan, one of
Bond.
his last ones.
Oh,
I remember they were
Not the Daniel Craig.
at the end. They were like in a raft together, stranded like on the middle of the ocean. And he's like, "Well, I guess we just have to hang out."
Dr. Christmas Jones.
Yeah, Christmas Jones, because he had a joke.
I
about,
remember.
He had a joke about Christmas
I know that joke.
at the
About
end.
once a year.
Yeah.
Well, E is going to be featuring Denise Richards' reality show. TLC has the Baldwins reality show. Let's see who gets one next.
That's
I'm sure
bad
they're
timing
gonna
for the
run with that.
Baldwins. You would think that they'd want to delay that until after his trial. I mean, he's
No, they're
being charged with
definitely going to
killing
ignore that's
somebody.
even happening. They're definitely going to ignore that's even happening. Okay, so Billie Eilish was doing a podcast interview, and she was talking about how when she got famous, she lost all her friends because she couldn't relate to anybody and they couldn't relate to her. I've said this before. We've talked to enough celebrities in our careers. I've talked to enough celebrities personally that they had a common thread coming through. Now, when you become famous, you would think the famous person is the one that dumped the friends. But the close friends dumped the famous person because they just felt, I mean, it's not all of them.
And they weren't good
but
friends.
it has happened. But they're like, well, you're so famous now. We can't be around you. And it's like, okay,
My
well, that's
best
weird.
friend dumped me, and I'm not famous, but he just thought I had money. And,
So it's like,
Well,
yeah,
I think he
can't relate
dumped
to
you because
anymore.
he wanted to go to the well and see if he could borrow money from you.
and
that
I
was-
turned him down twice, so I guess.
So that's not a real friend.
And when I interviewed Lizzo one of the times, we had Lizzo on, she
You're a
did
good
say
person.
she
He's
had her
not.
little circle still around her. Her friends are still the same as she grew up in A-Leaf. But Billie Eilish said that it was very hard for her to not have friends. Suddenly she was famous, and it was really hard. Then at her 20th birthday party, she had an epiphany. She looked around the room, and it was only the people that she employed that were there. And they were all 15 years or more older than her at her 20th birthday party. And she started doing something about it. She said, exactly a year ago, I reconnected with a bunch of old friends, and now I have a lot of friends. I have a crew now. I could literally cry about it. She also mentioned being ghosted by a guy last December. Now, recently, she did come out. And when she talked about this ghosting, when you talk about being ghosted by someone, don't we usually, what's that word? Put that together, relate that to dating?
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Yes.
Okay, so here's this story of Billie Eilish getting ghosted by a guy she really knew well.
I've been ghosted for sure. I had a crazy ghosting happen actually this in December. Shut the It was insane. It was the craziest. It's probably the craziest one that's ever happened to me.
That was the interviewer.
But it wasn't even a ghosting. It was like a complete. It was so. I was like, did you die? Did you literally die? It was like somebody that I'd also known for years and had a plan. Day of, on the phone, making a plan. This is my address. Be there at 3. Never heard from him again. Ever. No. Never heard from. It was literally. It was. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what a little pathetic man. What a tiny little man. Like also, and then it was like
I'm in shock.
no,
I can't believe
was
this.
literally unbelievable.
This is a
To this
show.
day, never texted me again. Somebody I had known for like years.
I want to know why.
It was I didn't know people still did that.
No, I know. God,
I
it's
genuinely
like-
didn't know people did that.
She asked, I want to know why. She doesn't know. She was ghosted.
She needs closure, guys. She'll be on tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 or 20.
By the way, we should try
closure
that.
with Billie Eilish.
I
We're going
think
to find
on
that
our next-
guy.
We can ask if she's got an album out, so we can maybe she wants to promote it. It's funny how these people, when they do come on radio shows, they don't want to talk about personal stuff.
Yeah.
Then they'll do these podcasts that like some are big and some are small, and they'll just tell everything.
Yeah.
Because
But
they
yeah,
have
but
all
they
that
go-
time.
Yeah, but on radio they don't want to. I just want to talk about the album. Or
Well, on
so
radio,
strange.
they'll say
We'll talk
you
about
have
the
4
movie.
minutes. You have
So
4 minutes. It was the
maybe we
BBC
should
podcast
employ
Miss
their
Me, by the way.
tactics. Like if we're being, we're doing an interview, shut the blank up. Just start talking like
Well,
that.
because it's a podcast. It's like our
Podcast,
raw
you do
feed.
raw
We can
feed.
say whatever we want, just like
But
the
we
raw feed.
wouldn't.
So this person's podcast would never see the light of day on our airwaves if it wasn't for the Billie Eilish clip. It's called
Yeah.
Right.
So
Miss
they're
Me
more
by
comfortable with people
BBC.
that they don't perceive as professional interviewers.
It's called Miss Me.
It's called Miss Me. That's the BBC podcast Miss Me.
And who was the host?
Lily Allen and Makita Oliver.
Oh, that was Lily Allen?
I don't know if that was Lily Allen or if that was Makita. I don't know the
Lily
voices.
had the English accent,
Well,
Yeah,
don't
I
they
like-
both? It's a
Lily
BBC
Allen's
podcast.
Got good music.
probably.
Wouldn't they both have British accents?
The other one, yeah, sounded American.
Well, one was. I only heard one person.
Right.
No, the
Yeah.
first girl said shut the blank up.
And then
Didn't
some
have-
other- then
she
the-
didn't have an
And
English
then,
accent.
yeah, she didn't
And
have
then
an
And the
the
accent.
second one did.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess it would be Makita that does not have the accent.
Makita.
Makita.
That's a brand of tool, isn't it?
I'm
Is
not
it?
sure.
Or is it
Is it?
Nikita?
Nikita. Makita?
No, Nikita
Not to be
is Little
confused with
Nikita.
Chiquita that makes the bananas.
I'm hungry now.
Little Nikita
Yeah,
was
those
an
bananas.
action movie at one point, wasn't that?
Oh,
like
yes,
that?
it was. Wasn't she was a spy?
Yeah, that was like a series or something, a spy series, Little Nikita. Anyway, so yes,
yeah.
even celebrities get
Nikita.
ghosted, and that is an odd thing. If you're friends with someone for a long time, they make a date with you, they fall into the tree shredder, or so you assume. And as famous as Billie Eilish is, this person never surfaced ever again.
Do you owe them, like, say you go on a date, Starbucks, and you're just not feeling it. That's okay to ghost them there, right? That's not like a date.
Well, you mean just
Probably
get up
never
and
okay to
leave?
ghost. You
Well, no,
should
just
throw a
afterwards,
text of a lie.
like just once it's done,
Sorry, I got COVID.
it's almost a
Bye.
pain that you feel bad, like just texting going, "Yeah, that you didn't do it for me." I think they get the hint if you don't return.
I mean,
it.
most people don't want to go through that
I'm
extra
talking about like a
step of
lunch.
saying, like, yeah, I didn't feel connection. I think most people would probably ghost at that point.
Yeah, they don't want to hurt your
Right.
feelings, especially just from a Starbucks.
Or maybe
date.
you say, "Wish you the best. Nice to meet you. Wish you the best."
This was fun,
Oh,
but
yeah.
let's
That's
not do
pat
this
you.
again.
This is
That's
fun, but
pat
I
you on
never
the
wanna
butt while
hear
you
from you
screwed him out of the
again.
door.
"Oh, you're a very interesting person."
It was really
Good luck
great to
in
meet
life."
you. I wish you great luck.
Yes, that would be like, oh, okay.
That's the message. Of,
like, if
hey,
you don't close
it
before
was
the-
nice to meet you. I wish you great luck.
If you don't
but not
close
with
before
me.
what?
You don't close before the dinner or for the coffee
Yeah.
for the next date, then you know it's over pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You're always supposed to close. You're always going to be
What's
closing.
the thing we've
ABC.
learned from sitcom television, Eric?
Yes.
People don't know how to just say, even if you 100% don't want to see this person again, it feels very awkward face to face to be like, and that's all.
Yeah.
So you just say, okay, I'll call you, bye. Or, hey, I'll text you, or I'll keep in touch with you. And then you just don't.
But like I said,
Well, the
bro, that
problem-
was a great. We're having so much fun. What
wanna
about
do this
later this
again?
week? You and I could go to get some dinner. Go do some. Go to a club.
Well, that
bar.
would mean you're interested.
But I say that to you, and maybe you're not interested. What do you say then?
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's okay.
Let's figure it out. We'll figure it out is always I'm
But
going
if
to
they're
table
into
this
you,
for now
you'd be-
and I'll deal.
you'd be like, yeah, let's
But
do
if
it.
I was into you, I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, that'd be great. Let's check out our schedules. Like Wednesdays are my best day.
Well, see, now
or
that's
blah, blah,
misleading.
blah.
If you're saying, let me check my schedule, then I'm thinking,
Well, you
there's
can't just
still a
plan.
chance.
I don't know it right now. I'm a very busy lady.
But if you
Right.
say,
I'm a very busy
you know,
person.
like,
I got
oh, this
lots
is
going
fun.
on in my life. I got to check my schedule. Well, I don't want to tell you yes for
That's-
Thursday at 2, and then I find out, oh no, I have to cancel, and then you're going to feel
But
like
if you know you
I
never
made that
want to
up.
see that person
Right.
again,
Canceling.
you'd still tell them that?
How about you, Sam?
No. If I like the person,
Sam does not like awkwardness.
Oh no, absolutely not. I just try
If
to
somebody asked you
rekindle.
out.
Well, just a friendship alone. I try to rekindle a friendship. I was friends with her when Mark and I moved here to Houston, and then something happened, and now she has a 4-year-old kid,
Oh, wow.
and I had no idea. And so I was like, let me just text her randomly. And so we hung out one time, and now it's like we're kind of playing like phone tag.
How was that the hang?
It was really nice. It was really nice. But they definitely have like a different lifestyle now in the sense of they're completely sober. Like they don't drink at all.
Oh, wow.
And you would
And
find
Sam's
that
like,
you would
yeah,
find
we
that not
can't-
fun.
we
No,
can't
it's
go
not
there.
that
Yeah.
at all.
Just
I
different.
just worry that would they think they can't hang out with us because we still drink. Obviously, if we're with them, we don't have to drink. But like that's what we did when we hung out is we would go to bars, we would drink a lot. And now it's like she has a kid.
Well, you should give them that option. That's
Well, that's what I-
But
think
you
a lot
also
of
have a
times,
kid.
Right.
I can't bond over that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm saying. You
No, I
also
don't
have a
know.
kid.
Right. I
But
know.
then she feels judged if she has a like.
And
she
see,
likes to
I
go
think
out and
that's a you problem. See, it's interesting to
I
bring
don't
this
feel
up because-
judged. I got a glass of wine when I went for lunch with her.
Okay, that's good. But I'm like, right now, my fiance and I, we don't drink at all. Like, no drinking at all. And I think a lot of people feel uncomfortable when we go to dinner because we won't get a drink. And
I wouldn't hang
it
out.
doesn't bother me if people are drinking around me at all.
Yeah.
I feel weird.
It
trust
doesn't
you.
bother me.
I'd be like, well, these guys are.
I just don't know
They
if
got
they
wires,
feel
they
a type
rats.
of way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trust me because well,
Oh my gosh.
you
I'll
know
keep you
that I don't like it. I
updated.
drank
didn't-
plenty in my
anyway.
day.
It's not from drinking.
No, it's just in general. I just want to get it out there, make sure everyone knows.
Coming Father's Day weekend this weekend, guys.
Sunday,
Don't forget
Sunday,
the dads
Sunday.
in your life. Don't forget the dads in your life. Whichever role that dad figure plays for you, whether it's your actual dad, a stepdad, an uncle who's like a dad, your brother who has become a dad. Just dads.
I'm a sucker for military dads coming home
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't
And
get lost in those videos?
when the kid has a gift for their stepdad, and it's when they want them to adopt them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
man, those suck.
Those don't get you.
They get me every
Oh,
time.
maybe my real dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so things dads like to say. You know, I make the joke. There's always a joke. I feel like this is a wood board at Marshall's or TJ Maxx.
Oh yeah.
It says, I woke up one day and I said something and my mom fell out of my mouth.
Dadisms.
You know, but I wonder if men feel the same way because, you know, your mom tells you something over and over again and you say, I'm never going to say that when I'm older, and then you say it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same thing with the dad? So here are some things and you guys can check your list. Dads in the room, men in the room.
Okay.
Don't ask me, ask your mother.
Oh, for sure.
That's like the
Well,
number one.
She's in charge, so I don't want that responsibility. Something bad happens, I get blamed.
How about this
Hell
one?
no.
Don't worry. It's only blood. Like you got hurt.
I haven't done that.
That's smart because you
Don't
want
worry,
to
it's only blood.
because you want to calm them down.
I don't picture any of you saying that.
No.
Yeah, because you want them not to freak out, even though you're freaking out inside
Yeah.
as well. But you're like, oh, it's just blood. It's okay. No big deal. Just come up here, pick them up, put them by the sink,
Yeah, wash it off.
get the Band-Aid and all that stuff, wash it off.
Here's another one. A little dirt never hurt anyone. Just wipe it off.
I bet
you
Sam
fell
got
in the
that one a
mud or
lot.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Playing soccer.
It's fine. There's
Okay.
some dirt on it.
I told you, keep your eye on the ball. And that could be when you're playing catch or just in general in life. All right.
I played catch. The last 2 times I played with my daughter, I broke her pinky, the same pinky twice.
Oh
How'd you
my
break
God,
your
you
pinky?
broke her pinky twice.
It's the last game of the season. We're doing pop-ups,
Yeah.
and I don't know if her pinky was. I forget what
Well,
happened.
you didn't do it.
Well, yeah, I threw the ball high up in the air
Yeah.
and crunch. and just the crying. And then at home, I remember we had that spring where you throw it at it and it bounces up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had a really good high one up there for her, and it was the last one of the day. I'm like, let's do one more. Crunch.
Damn.
Oh, no, not again.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm done.
God.
Yeah.
I'm not doing pop-ups anymore. Worst dad ever.
Has your father ever said this to you, or have you ever said this to your kids? What's so funny? Wipe that smile off your face.
Ooh, wow.
No, I
That's a
don't think
real
I've ever
like
done
70s
that.
dad
Damn.
type of thing.
That's what are these?
Wipe that smile off your
abusive
face.
dads?
That's a dad with a beer and a cigarette. Like,
I imagine that's a dad who's getting lit from a sarcastic kid, maybe.
Yeah.
What's so funny? You want something to do? I'll give you something to do.
Yeah.
Who's up blind? You want something to do? I'll give you something to do.
I'm sure kids are doing that today. They're out of school now, not even a week for a lot of kids.
I'm bored. I'm bored.
What are we going to do today? What are we going to do today? Go
Find
do
something
something
to do.
outside and work.
Yeah, go play.
How about this? This is, I think, all dads of all generations have said this at least once. I'm not sleeping. I was watching that channel. You're like, you are asleep. You are not watching TV. Yes, I am.
Your eyes
I
are
was
closed.
watching that.
Snoring and
I'm
everything.
watching that. I saw you. You were sleeping.
I mean,
That
I
is
think
my
it's
dad,
happening
too.
less because most of our kids aren't watching the TV; they're watching their phone.
So they wake up, then you wake up from that snoring.
Yeah.
Shake awake.
Well, you get those shakes. I'm
Is
like,
the shake awake?
what is that shake thing? Is it like
I don't know.
Guys,
Happens
get
on
up. 'Cause you
Because
airplanes
you feel like
too.
you're falling.
Yeah,
You wake up
sleeping
and
and
you're like,
peeing?
"Oh,
Those are two things guys shake. It's weird.
The denial of sleeping and not wanting to acknowledge is the same denial of saying, I'm not lost. I'm just not sure where we are right now. Like, we're not lost, but I'm just not sure where we are.
Thank God for cell phones. That
Yeah.
takes a lot away now for guys.
We're never lost anymore. We just ask Siri.
Yeah, we
Listen,
just
I
put
feel
it
like
in.
even as a woman, I've definitely said that to my kids because I know the area of town that I'm in, so I'm not lost. Like, I'm familiar, but I just don't know these streets exactly.
Right.
Like, I know we're in downtown, guys. I'm just not sure how to get to Leland from here. Am I on McKinney right now? Where am I? Is it Bell that crosses that? I'm not sure. And so I can see how that one works. But things dads like to say. How many of those have you heard from your father or said as a father?
There's one I always thought, oh man, my dad's genius on the farm. And then I met a few other kids like a year later, and they all, then you guys, your parents said the same thing. I guarantee it. All four of you, righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
I
it's a
still
good-
do that now.
Good slogan.
yeah, but
I
you know,
learned
but
that
as a
and I
kid,
used
and
that,
I'm
but
like,
I don't
oh,
remember
that's
if
so
my parents
smart.
said
That's
that.
good. My
So
dad's
explain to people
genius.
what that means in case somebody doesn't know.
I'm sure they know. Most people do know.
Light bulbs, screws, wrenches,
Turning the
anything you have
water
to
on.
turn.
Yeah, tighten it.
Righty
Go to the
tighty,
right.
Yeah,
lefty
lefty-loosey.
loosey. Oh, here's another one I missed. Oh God, where's that last one? No, I'll tell you why. Because I said so. That's why.
Oh,
Things
that,
dads say.
There's that phase when kids, why? Or you were
Why?
trying to watch a movie or a show.
But why?
Is that? Why? I'm
Why?
like, oh.
Oh, they're testing you.
And
Well,
then
their
it
brains working.
reverses,
They just want
Eric.
to pick it up, though. They want. I'm not just Google it. You guys
But
get
doesn't
that.
it reverse? Eric? You have a 13-year-old. Doesn't your 13-year-old, she'll say something and you'll ask her a question and she'll just give you an answer like, no, because why? Because why? You have to give me a real answer for that. You tell me why you're not doing that. Because I feel like we reverse it with our tweeners and our 13-year-olds. Because
No
they're
one
just
word
like,
answers. You got to tell us.
eye
why.
roll. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Sometimes it's actually followed with a damn it. Because I said so, damn it.
That's the way it is.
This is how dated this is because this one I crossed off the list because nobody says this anymore. I'll play catch after I read the paper.
Who's
Yeah.
reading the
It would
paper?
be, I'll play catch after I put my phone down.
Or just 10 more minutes. I'll be there in like 5
Play
10 more
catch
minutes.
after I send this telegraph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me send a fax.
Yeah, it's very dated.
My dad would ask me, "Are you done in this room?" Because I left the lights on
I was just-
everywhere.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes.
the light.
room
Yes,
to room to
yes.
room. All the lights.
Does that
on.
even add up that much electricity? Do you know?
Well, with incandescent bulbs back in the day,
Yeah.
I'm sure it
Those,
did.
but like the ones now, the LED things. you
you're
never-
burning this candle down to the wick.
Uh-huh.
Yes, in the sense of LED lights, LED, I guess we don't have as much of an argument, but you're right. The incandescent bulbs drive me crazy. I have 3 of them, and in this one part of my house, I always go, turn the lights off up there. When those burn out, I can't buy those again.
That's why.
I'm like, I don't want them to burn out. I can't buy them again.
Time for KRBE's
Dark
Drew and
web.
Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, Houston ISD, HISD, they're at it again. Now they're cutting more than 200 wraparound specialists. Now, these are people that help Houston Independent School District's neediest students have access to food, have access to clothing, hygiene products, and other basics. They thought those people are not necessary. As part of their budget cut, they decided that they're going to slash 200 specialists. The remaining 48 workers will have to split their time among 4 to 7 schools apiece.
How come the lottery is like bigger than ever the last 4 years, and then we're cutting more and more budgets?
Right, because doesn't the money go to school education?
People.
Or is that a lie? Is that just something we were told when we were kids, like tollways? Oh, they'll be paid off in 20 years.
And they
that was
realize
just a
there's
straight
maintenance
up
on
lie.
tollways.
Yeah.
There's maintenance on tollways, so
Yeah.
they have to have money for that. I don't know. There's this other deeper thing that we don't dive into because I don't have the right information to speak on that topic. But something about people who are in the know of education say that the governor is holding back funding for some power play or something like that, and that's why these schools are so deficient. But I don't know enough information on that.
And
to-
who's the one that suffers? The students.
Of course.
That's terrible. Slap
Teachers,
fighting.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
And
for
their
sure.
families, because they lose jobs.
Absolutely.
Parents.
Slap fighting is becoming more and more popular. Power Slap, which is the most prominent league, hosted its first public event
You're saying there's
barely
a league
year
for
and a half
slapping your
ago.
face?
Dana White,
yeah,
he swears by it. He says it gets the most views. It's
I'm
like
sure it
the
does.
biggest.
It does.
Yeah, you get
Like,
views. You watch it
stand
because you're
there
like,
and hold something.
So
you're shocked
since
that you're
they-
watching this.
Since
Wait,
they launched
what?
a year and a half ago, Rula, they've gotten 15 million social media followers. They've racked
Just a
up
slap.
6
It's my face.
billion views. 6 billion views. And now the league promoters are pitching their league to Texas, to our state, to expand. And the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, they're poised to recommend that we accept
I think it's
as a
boring.
state
At least, like,
regulated.
You just stand there and
combat
take turns slapping
Yeah.
one another?
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
It's like MMA and UFC, so that's fun. At least they have,
Well, this is actually a branch of MMA.
because Dana owns it.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh about to shake your head and put your face palm?
Yeah.
Eric, about what I did when I first started mornings in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Live on Fox Television.
You-
It was
You
called
see?
the Slap Fest.
if you had the video, you could be like, sue Dana and go, I created this.
we had 2 people come into the studio, not my own doing. I was just part of this show. And they're like, it'd be really interesting to see how far. It's almost like the game of chicken. It was the game of chicken to win front row tickets for God knows what concert. And it was like, would you be willing to take a slap for these tickets?
Oh, my gosh.
And then these 2 girls show up. They're like, yeah, I'll take that slap. And it was one of those things like, I'll go. It's like, are you really going to slap her? Yeah, I'm going to slap her. You going to take that slap? Yeah, I'll take that slap. Slap. It was live on Fox.
The morning news.
Live on Fox.
Oh my
and
God.
the correspondent looked in the camera like, back to you guys.
Yeah.
Because these girls were just whamming each other. And the one girl started bleeding in
Just
the
till you
lip.
quit, right?
And we're like, oh my God, stop. You're
Yeah.
making her bleed. Like, it was about 6 slaps in when Fox pulled it to go, back to you, Frank. and, and we were
disturbing.
like, oh my God, this is so vicious. They were just like, taking
It really
a
is,
slap.
and now it's about ready to become a state-regulated
That's
sport in
crazy.
Texas.
If you go on YouTube, type in Rule and Ryan, Mumbles, and Adrian, you'll see we did a slap
Yeah.
off here with those two.
Yeah,
The
they
slap.
wanted to do it.
In morph suits. Just kidding.
Yeah, they did the morph suits
In
too.
penguin
That's a
outfits.
different video.
But they did the slap off. Yeah,
Man.
I don't know.
It's
After you watch it a
disturbing.
few times, I'm like, okay, that's it.
boring, and
It's
it's
weird to see
also
women doing it
painful.
too.
It hurts. I've been slapped across the face many times.
You
It does
have?
not. Oh yeah, it does not feel good. I was a child. I was the 4th of 5 children. How else are you going to control
Oh,
those
for
kids?
sure.
There was-
and that's why we do radio now. So you're welcome.
Exactly.
There was a one
My suffering brings you the story.
a Serbian show or something near Russia. It was one dude against 2 MMA lady fighters. So this guy took on 2 of women, was fighting them and punched them in the
my
head.
God.
They had boxing gear on their head, but they were like going to town on him, trying to hit him and stuff. But
See, why does this happen? It's supply and demand. People want to watch that crap.
Even for 20 seconds, maybe it gets a hit. I guess.
yeah, TikTok, I could see it, but I don't want to
A
sit there.
whole show of that. I'm going to watch.
Hey, where we go tonight for Father's Day, guys? Power slap. Or,
Power slap.
Yeah, let's go, baby. I feel free buckets of popcorn for every 5 slaps.
and you know, kids are going to try that at home.
No, we don't want them
No,
doing that.
we don't.